Ansel Adams is one of my favorite photographers. He's one of the first photographers that ever inspired me to get into photography and to push myself to be great. Ansel Adams had some fantastic quotes. You don't take a picture, you make a picture. It is the photographer, not the camera, that is the instrument. A good photograph is knowing where to stand. Sometimes I do get to places just when God's ready to have somebody click the shutter. There are always two people in every picture, the photographer and the viewer. But one of my favorite quotes by Ansel Adams is this: 12 significant photographs in any one year is a good crop. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Todd Coons, and as you know, we do photography around here, and we're winding down 2024. What a year it's been. It's been fantastic. It's been like a record-breaking year in a lot of ways. I've done more stock sales in the last couple of months of this year than I've done for entire years for the last 5 or 6 years, which is fantastic. And we've had a lot of great clients, we've done a lot of great jobs, met a lot of people, and just have had a lot of fun in 2024. No complaints, great year, winding up really nice, and heading into 2025 with some jobs coming up right off the bat. And so I'm excited. Now, for the last couple of years, I have finished the year with a video talking about my favorite shots that I did for the year. Now, I do a lot of cool shoots all year. I do a lot of neat photographs, but there are always a couple, 2 or 3 that stand out as favorite shots, shots that I'm really proud of. Now, all of my shots I really enjoy. I work with a lot of great people. We do a lot of great photography, and all of that is fantastic. But when I talk about my favorites, they're shots that are, I don't know, something about them are above and beyond, things that I will remember years from now as being one of my favorite photographs. Now, this year I had one image that kind of did something unique that no other image has done, and it's this shot. I've talked about it before. It is a shot of a Santa hat on a transparent background. I did it for stock a couple of years ago. This year, however, it has just blown up on Adobe Stock. Now, I just looked up some latest figures. 2,923 total sales for this particular image. Let's see, in December alone, 1,951 sales. Now this is just Adobe Stock alone. 1,951 sales on Adobe Stock. 99% of them were this Santa hat. There were other images that sold, but this hat was the one that did most of the sales, so well over 1,900 sales in December alone. Now those 1,900 sales equated to over $815 worth of sales. That's just in the month of December. Now here's the stat that really is impressive to me, and for whatever reason, and this is the one that stands out to me. Adobe Stock ranks its photographers, and for lifetime stats, I am ranked something like 20,000th. 20,160 or something like that. So of all the photographers in ranking by earnings on Adobe Stock, I'm in the 20,000 mark. Now, I don't know how many photographers contribute to Adobe Stock, but that's pretty far back. However, for the week, I was 217th. So I'm assuming, if I'm understanding that right, the 217th in order of earnings for the week. That was the week of Christmas, by the way. And it was all because of this one photograph. Now, is it my favorite photograph? No, I mean, it's just a Santa hat on a transparent background. It's nothing too exciting, but in terms of talking about all the great images this year, I've got to make mention of that one. Okay, so let's talk about my favorite shots that I did in 2024. Now, like I said, lots of great clients, lots of great opportunities and places and people that I got to work with. Did a lot of great things this year, but I've narrowed it down to 3 favorite shots. Now, I struggled to even get to 3. I really only had like 2 that really kind of did something for me, but I'm going to throw in a third. Maybe it's just an honorable mention, but I'm going to start with that. And that is the shot that I did during July. I did a July 4th shot. I did it specifically for this channel. But I did this shot in the studio of these donuts. They were Krispy Kreme donuts. And it kind of had a 4th of July, Independence Day theme. And it was just something I kind of started working on this studio. I had kind of a vision in my head. And for whatever reason, I really liked this shot. I liked the window in the back and the light coming through. And I don't know. In terms of a studio photograph, it was probably my favorite that I did this year. But for some reason, I just really liked this shot. Now, this next shot was the one shot that was maybe the obvious favorite for the year. And that was the shot that I did of the lighthouse down in Beaufort. My wife and I took a little vacation down there. And I love lighthouses. They're just very unique. I didn't grow up anywhere near the ocean, so anytime we're near the coast and there's a lighthouse, I'm just intrigued by it. And we had just a beautiful day. The lighting was fantastic. The sky was great. The clouds were great. And I did a little video about how I put this image together. I did some Photoshop trickery and stuff and kind of composited this image together, but I really like the way it turned out. I love the fence line that I found, and I love the lighting that was happening, and the whole thing just came together really neat. I actually am making a canvas print of it. It's on its way. It won't be here till this Saturday. I was hoping that it would be here in time that I could show it to you, but it hasn't arrived yet. But this, probably my favorite shot I did of the year. No other reason than it just was the perfect timing, the perfect day, the scenery was perfect. And you know, there's some memory involved with it too, because it was a vacation with my wife. It was for our anniversary that we went down there. So it's got some meaning to it as well. You know, and I don't know, the scenic photographer that I always wanted to be when I started my career, I guess, is still there. Okay, and the last shot that I want to share as a favorite for this year is going to mostly be because of what it's of. Not because it's a great photograph, not because it's well lit or the lighting was perfect. This is a favorite because of what it is. And as I look back on all my favorite photos of my entire career, most of them have something to do with a memory or a situation or what was happening at the time. And in this case, it was right after Hurricane Helene came through, wreaked havoc on my neighborhood, wreaked havoc on my house. And I took this photograph of our house with all the debris in front, just the piles of trees and debris that was collected from our yard and just stacked in front of the house. So it's a neat shot in the sense of, you know, it's a memory of what we went through, and we're still going through it. I'm actually sitting next to my bed, which is in the studio, because my bedroom is being worked on at the moment because we had ceiling damage. But it's a neat shot because it's going to remind me of what we went through, but it was also a unique situation because there's never going to be another pile of debris and trees and branches and gigantic oak tree trunks in the front of my house like that again. It's just a unique situation, and it's going to have memories forever. I plan to make a print of it and hang it in the house at some point. So there you have it. 3 favorite photographs. 2024 was greatly successful, and I appreciate everybody that was a part of it. If you found this channel in 2024, thank you for finding it. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed already, maybe now's the time. If you've been a long-time watcher of the channel, I appreciate you guys the most. You guys are fantastic. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for all the comments. I love getting comments. I got one the other day. I think it was from Switzerland. Greetings from Switzerland. That just blows my mind that people are watching all over the world. But I appreciate you guys, and I thank you. All the best to you at the end of the year here. Happy New Year to you, and may God bless your 2025. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to all that God has for us and for you guys. Keep in touch with me. Leave me a comment if you would, and I will see you in the next video.